Steady, it won't fall off. Okay, everybody, here we are at the Uncle Phil Show. Moments in Time with Uncle Phil. And I'd like to introduce Cody. He's an outstanding person in the community. And this is part of our People Under 30 That Inspire Me series. So you fall into that category for sure. So, Cody, got a couple questions that I wrote down and I'd like to ask. I usually start off real easy. What's the meaning of life? No, the first question is music. What's been on your playlist lately?
Ooh, my playlist. I really don't have a serious playlist. No. Shinedown is my favorite band.
Is that right?
Yes. So Shinedown's my favorite band, but lately I've been listening to this song called "Sinking Feeling."
Sinking Feelings?
Sinking
By
Feelings. I'd have to find out.
So will I.
I'll have to find out who that was from. But it's a newer alternative song.
Good.
I guess that's what I've been listening to lately. Yeah.
Well, this has been good because in my Under 30 People Inspire Me series, there's been music that I don't know.
Yeah.
And Shinedown, has that band been around for a while?
Oh, yeah.
They've been around for a long time. What kind of music is that?
It's like alternative rock.
Is that right? And the other song, one more time?
It's all Sinking Feeling.
Sinking? Oh, like Sinking.
Sinking.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, Sinking Feeling.
Yeah, it's an alternative kind of song.
Is that a deep lyric song?
Not really.
Oh, really? It sounds like
kind of.
With that title, it sounds like
I guess you could say that, yeah.
All right. So now here's a 50-point question.
Oh, my.
I don't know if you're ready for this level of question. What's your name?
Cody Ellis.
Cody Ellis.
Yes.
I hear a little baby in the background.
Yeah, that's my son, Archie.
Archie?
Yeah.
How many children do you have?
I have 2 children. I have April Ray Ellis, and I've got Archie Joe Ellis.
Archie. Now, where did the word Joe, name Joe come from?
So Joe is my wife's middle name, and Ray is my middle name. So my daughter got my middle name. My son got my wife's middle name.
Now, that's their middle name too, except they're flip-flopped?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good. Tell us your age. You meet the requirements of the under 30.
So I just turned 29 last week.
Last week.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now that kind of reminds me that we celebrate our birthdays together.
The same week, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. I meant usually it's really a party for the infamous Tyler Copeland.
Right.
It's usually, his birthday's coming up in a month or two.
Yeah.
Celebration. Speaking of Tyler Copeland, doesn't he have a sister?
Yeah, Katie. Katie Copeland.
Katie Copeland. Do you know Katie Copeland?
I used to.
You used to?
Now I know Katie Ellis.
Katie Ellis. Tell us the story.
Well, Katie Ellis is my wife.
Your wife?
Yes. We met in high school. We started dating the week before we graduated.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we started going on dates the week before we graduated. So
that's exciting.
Yep. We've been together since 2024 or 2014.
2014.
I just bring it in here.
That's fine. That'd be awesome. We'll cut out anything that
sucks.
I won't say that. So is this the Archie you were talking about?
This is baby Archie, my son. He's supposed to be napping right now, but he's not having a very good time.
He's probably missing mom is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So how old is baby Archie?
He is a month and a half.
A month and a half. Okay.
Yeah. So he's a month and a half, and we've been having a guys' weekend.
Yes.
Because our wives,
yeah.
my mother-in-law, and your son and his girlfriend, and my daughter all went on a trip to Branson this weekend.
Branson.
So we've been having a little bit of a guys' weekend.
Well, that's good. It'll be a special time that you'll never forget.
Right.
It's important.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is an important time that you had a weekend like this so early in his life. You know, it might have been a little bit challenging without Mama, but nothing that you can't handle.
No.
Now, who does the baby resemble the most?
I would say me, but honestly, I would say his sister. When his sister was this age, they look almost identical. Like they look like twins. If you were to look at old photos of when she was a month and a half, you would probably not be able to tell them apart for the most part.
Well, that must have something to do with DNA.
Yeah. Now, if you look at newborn pictures of his sister, she looks nothing like what she used to look like. She's almost a spitting image of her mom at this point.
Now, wasn't it you that said April favored you more when
she was first born? She favored me a little bit more.
And I am the one who said Katie, and everybody's like, "Oh, I think you're wrong" or whatever. But maybe I was right.
She ended up favoring Katie quite a bit.
Yes.
Yeah, she's got all of her attributes, I like to call that.
Yeah. Does she have a princess crown also?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's probably the biggest resemblance then.
Yeah. She's the family favorite, I would say.
This family's favorite, but in her family, we know who the real favorite is. The infamous
Tyler Copeland.
Well, maybe Lori just acts that way to build up his self-esteem. He don't need no help in that department either, though, does he?
No.
Okay, that was it for the 5-point questions. Now we're moving up a level. Tell us a little bit about your childhood.
Oh, so I grew up in a city in a little town called Hartford, Illinois. And if you grew up in Hartford, you bleed Hartford.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I understand.
It's a small community right outside like Wood River, between Wood River and like Alton, St. Louis. Like it's right there in the middle of all that. Yeah, I mean, even today, my family still lives over there. And anytime I just drive through Hartford, it just brings back that sinking feeling.
Is that right?
Yes.
Well, like the small communities like Easton and Wood River and Rosewood Heights, but they seem to band together, but Hartford stands on its own. Is that true? Or they don't?
Kind of. Yeah, it's almost like a little island out there on its own. Small community, really small community, but whenever I was a kid, you could go up and down any street in Hartford, you'd know someone, it's a really tight knit community, but great place to grow up. It used to be a great place to grow up. A lot of my childhood friends live there, and I love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, did they have the refineries back then too?
It's always been there. Yeah.
Always been there.
Yeah.
Well, you're not that old, and the refineries, they've been there forever, haven't they? I mean, for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
So actually, speaking of the refineries, whenever I've actually lived in 4 different houses in Hartford, which is kind of crazy considering how small Hartford is. But the first house that I guess I've lived in 5 different houses in Hartford. But we used to live on a street called Watkins Street, and it was right down the road from the refinery. And the basements in those houses used to fill up with gases from the refinery. And there was a time period where they actually paid for everybody to go stay in a hotel for
Really?
for months.
Really?
Yeah, because they had to get everybody out of their houses, and so I ended up staying actually at the old Holiday Inn
Is
in
that
Alton
right?
for like a month to 2 months.
And that was paid by the refineries?
Paid by the refineries. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is interesting. I guess Granite City has steel mill in their background and their people's heart and DNA, and you had the refineries. Well, that's good. Granite City used to be. It's not like this anymore. When you get to town, you could smell it. You know what I mean? There was.
It used to be like that really bad in Hartford too, but whenever you've grown up there your whole life, you don't even smell it anymore.
Now, I know this that you were into sports because you still play them as an adult. But when did you start playing sports? What was your sports like when you were younger? Where did it start? And
Yeah. So I actually started playing like Tri-City Soccer, which is it's a young child division that's between I think Bethalto, Roxanna, and Wood River, and East Alton. Uh, they accumulate all the kids from the area, and they have like a little soccer league. That's where I started out playing, and I was pretty young. I'd probably say give or take 10 years old. So that's when my soccer started for me. Yeah.
You see kids playing soccer at a really young age nowadays, don't you?
Where they're just kicking the ball around all around the field, chasing each other.
Now, I heard rumor that April's already played soccer for a season.
So she's been to 2 now. She's been to 2 separate soccer camps.
Really?
Yep. And it's a soccer tots type thing. She's only 2.5, almost. Well, I guess almost 3 now.
Right.
But yeah, it was just beginner stuff. Just out there having fun, chasing the ball around, playing with each other, and
Well, I can see how that's good because some kids, like yourself, 10 years old, just getting introduced to it, you got real good at it and stuff. But to be introduced at an even younger age is only going to benefit sports-wise or just getting along with kids and being around adults and stuff. Let's see what we got. All right.
I'm going to try and lay them down.
Okay. I'm going to go right to the 10-point questions then.
When we come back, to be continued.
To be continued. Cody, you've already told us a little bit about when you met Katie and things like that. You said it was right before, well, you started dating the month before.
We met each other in high school, our freshman year.
Freshman year?
Yeah. Yeah. But we actually started dating the last week of, well, I don't know if it was officially dating, but we started going on dates.
Right.
Like the last week of our senior year.
And how long did you say how long you were married?
We've been married since July 11th, 2020.
And that was a COVID year, wasn't it?
That was right during COVID, yes. It was terrible. Katie lost it. It was stressful for both of us.
Right.
But in general, we had a whole separate date planned and everything. We had a whole different date that we were going to go with, and we had to reschedule everything for the different times.
So you scheduled it for later. You were going to get married before then?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, that was unique. I remember your wedding, and it seemed like it was. There was no mask, I don't think, at your. Was it? It seemed real normal, but I remember that it wasn't normal times. And I do remember the from my peripheral, I knew about you guys' stress a little bit.
Yeah, it was right there on the edge where everybody should have probably not went. You know what I mean? It was right there where it was concerning because it was still around COVID time.
Yeah.
I'll never forget my dad made a post as soon as the wedding was over. My dad's always posting weird stuff on Facebook, but it was just so funny.
What did he post?
He posted as soon as the wedding was over. He was like, "Look at us! We had a wedding. No one got COVID." It was that night, and we were like, "What the heck?"
And he's out for a week with COVID. No,
yeah, just joking. Next week he's out of work for COVID, but no.
Now, could you tell us a little story about Katie? Could be from any year of her life, just a little something. Maybe something she wouldn't approve of. No,
wouldn't approve of?
No, I'm just joking. A little bit. Something that I don't know. People may not know about Katie.
Well, I'll keep it a little bit friendly.
Absolutely,
I'll keep it friendly because she hasn't had her Uncle
Phil.
I
know her.
She hasn't had her Uncle Phil interview yet, so
she is.
I don't want to fight fire with fire.
Falls into the 30 and under inspiration, so definitely.
So one thing that most people, I mean, you probably know just by if you know Katie, but she is an outstanding mother.
Oh,
like her kid. I mean, which same for me, but I mean, I'm not a mother, but you know, my kids come top of the line.
Yep.
But same thing for her. Like she just wears it right on her sleeve that, you know, I am mom. And this house that we have here does not, our world, me, April, Archie, our world does not rotate without Katie. Katie is at she's at the center of the gravity point.
Right.
That just keeps all three of us just rotating.
Is the point where she is the gravity, the one that where everybody's being attracted to.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So she's what you call the better half.
She's my better half for sure.
Now, I know that you have a background in card collecting.
Yeah.
So tell us what got you started in card collecting. How long's this been going on?
So I've always been like a collector of many things, I guess. Like I like to find value in things and collect, and you know, collecting itself, I've been collecting for a long time. I just got serious about it though, probably 5 or 6 years ago.
5 or 6?
I would say I got pretty serious about like actual sports cards and trying to take it to that next level. But actually, funny enough, kind of Randy and Joey at that time were also very much into Randy being my father-in-law, Joey being my wife's cousin. They were very much into it at that point of time as well. We actually traveled to the biggest card show in the world called the National, which I was just at a couple weeks ago. We traveled to that about 5 years ago, and we just lost it. We lost it. It was an amazing time and kind of broke the seal. I was collecting before then, but that kind of just really broke the seal for me to see what it can get up to. And the reason I keep saying get up to is sports cards are so valuable. They're which most people might not know, is that they gain value over time. And if you have the right cards, some of them get up to they're really valuable, you know? So, and just collecting in general, I guess it brings me back to my childhood a little bit. We're collecting a little bit of this and that, you know, and my dad used to take me to knife shows, like gun and knife shows when I was younger, and I used to have a knife collection. I still have it, but that probably grew my collecting experiences, and throughout time I've been on all sorts of collection kicks, but cards have definitely excelled anything else. So
now, do you remember when they used to have a stick of bubble gum in cards?
Yes, yeah. So they actually, it's funny because some people will still open those packs that have the gum in them, and at this point the gum is so old that it's a tradition. If you open a pack that has gum in it, you've got to still try it. and a lot of times it will just dissolve in your mouth. Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah,
but
so that's the tradition.
That is a tradition.
So the normal person who's not a collector wouldn't know that.
No.
So now, if I ever get an old set of cards, I'll have to chew the dissolvable gum.
Yeah, but nowadays the cards that have those in them, they're worth tons of money. So
now, you also are in charge or the leader of a card show itself, aren't you?
Yeah. So about 3 years ago, well, actually, I'll start even further back. Just in general, I go to card shows in the area, and usually they're in St. Louis. There's none that are like really close to us. One day I just woke up and said, man, I'm tired of driving to St. Louis every time I want to go to a card show. So I literally opened one right down the road from my house. We've had, I think, 8 or 9 shows at this point throughout the past 3 years. It's a great community thing. We've got probably about 80 different tables, and throughout the day we get anywhere from 300 to 500 people that walk through the door. It's community driven right here in Edwardsville, but
that's grassroots.
Yeah,
I mean, you started it, and you were nice enough to let me in to the event.
Yeah. So now we don't have a show without Uncle Phil's food truck there. So, and everybody, anytime we have a show, they're always like, hey, is that food truck still going to be there? Is that food truck? Because people love Uncle Phil's food. You
know that I don't do a lot of shows, but them are good people at that show. And them are my type of people, even though I'm not a card collector or anything. They're my type of people because it's always a friendly environment. And they're appreciative. I get to run my mouth and just be loud and friendly with everybody, and it's been a great crowd, and I've done different environments, and that's why yours event is one of the only ones that I do, is because them are some good people, and it is a good time.
Yeah, it's always a fun weekend.
All right, here's an interesting question, I think. Now I see that you're a young dad, and you're taking care of things real good. Have you had support in raising your kids?
Yes. You can't raise kids without a community. It takes a community to raise your kids. I take a ton of pride in my kids, and most of the way that they're brought up is through the community that we surround them with. Meaning, not only just me and my wife. We're talking Laura, my mother-in-law, my, Tim, your wife Hata, you, my mom, my dad, their uncles, Uncle Nick, Uncle Tyler, every single person.
It's a big village, isn't it?
It's a huge village that just helps raise our children with us. Obviously we're here on the forefront, but everybody else has our backs 24/7. So we're so grateful for all the help that we get, the community that we have. Even all the way down to like our friends, our friend groups. We have amazing friend groups that really, some of them even joke like, our kids are your kids, your kids are my kids, and that's just how it should be. We always joke about April because, well, we don't joke about it, but it's like crazy how much she loves her family. You know what I mean? Like Uncle Phil, she runs up, gives you hugs, loves on you, plays with you. She does the same thing with her uncle, her dad. Like there's no one that's a stranger in her family. Andrew, she's in love with Andrew. She loves Nathan and Joey. So it's just, and that's great to see. That means that we're doing something good as parents, allowing these people into our children's lives.
It's kind of a throwback almost to the old family days, that even what I was talking about at breakfast today, when you asked me and I was telling you about my grandma and stuff. But nowadays, not everybody has that type of support system.
No.
I think that's more of I mean, that's a blessing, but it's maybe something you've seen more in the past than you see now. So that's really good.
Yeah.
I see other kids have it too, but I'm just saying it's definitely some don't. And what an advantage! What a blessing for everybody.
Well, and the thing is, you know, it's nothing that we take for granted, but it is genuinely, you know, just person to person. I mean, it's hard. You know, having children is hard. It's not a walk in the park. Every day is something new, and you know, I just remember that first day. Me and Laura, my mother-in-law, we joke. She thinks it's hilarious, but we joke about it because I say, you know, the first day that we walked in the door with April, and once we were sent home from the hospital, me and Katie just looked at each other and we were like, what have we done? What have we done? And my daughter, most amazing little girl that you'll ever meet. And I love her to death. She's my everything. My son, same way. But there's no taking aside how hard raising children actually is. It's not a walk in the park. It definitely is something we're extremely grateful to have the community we have.
Yeah, and April's getting a little older, and even Archie's getting older. Before you know it, he's going to be rolling around.
I know. Yeah. He's, like I said, a month and a half, and he's doing great already. But April's been around for almost 3 years now, and yeah, it's just amazing watching her grow and you know, new stuff. I was actually kind of bummed out because, like I said, they've been on vacation for the past 3 days, and it started on Thursday morning before I got home from work. So I'm so used to walking in through the door and my little girl running up and Daddy giving me hugs and loving, and I walked in and no one was here.
Wow.
No one was here. I was like, oh God, this is not. I'm not used to it. So.
Yeah.
I was joking with my wife. I was like, bring my little girl home. I need my daughter back.
Right.
But, and same thing with my wife. We've grown so strong as a couple, and it's just so empowering to think about what we've created, you know, and what we've built as a couple. It's something that, I mean, it's when people say, it's just my everything. These three people in my home, and you know, my extended family, but my home
absolutely
is my everything. These kids are my everything, and my wife, I love my wife to death. I couldn't be more blessed, to be honest with you.
Now, wouldn't you say that? I'm asking. I'm not going to put any words in your mouth, but time flies, doesn't it?
It's crazy. I mean, and that's like, you know, having Archie just coming home. And, you know, being newer to this household, I guess, it's a learning experience. And I just remember the time when April was that young, and it seems like it was like yesterday, you know. But at the same time, I just miss it so much when she was younger, like when she was big, even though there's hardships through all that, and raising the children. But at the end of the day, I mean, I would go back in an instant, you know.
Well,
I think I you know, my kids are my everything, and I've been wanting to like say it. Have you ever seen the movie The Incredibles? You've seen the Disney movie The Incredibles. We watch a lot of Disney in this house because of my daughter. And if you're familiar with that movie, there's a scene, and it just, as a father, it's just like it takes it to a whole different realm for me at this point. And there's a scene where they're fighting this big robot in town, and the son and the daughter the robot's trying to like sit and crush them, you know, and it goes up, and the kids are about to like lose their power. They can't take one more blow. And as soon as that thing comes down, the dad flies through, holds it up, and he's like, run, go. That is being a father. You know what I mean? That takes it to a whole different, I mean, I think about that scene almost every other day, because that truly is how it is being a father. You will literally do anything for your kids, you know, And that's how it should be.
That's how it should be.
That's what I signed up for by having kids, but yeah.
That makes me think how that is a blessing, but how just how your family has the situation that is cherished and sought after. Some kids don't have that. You know what I mean? They don't have a dad that's stopping the robots.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's kind of touches your heart a little bit to think that you do have it, but then also in the other realm that some don't. Okay, here's one. With parenthood, do you know everything, or are you learning as you go?
I'm learning every day. I'm not, and it's funny because I seen something online the other day, and you're teaching your kids the best that you can, but you're still learning every second of the day. Me and Katie, we often have these conversations of how things went, how we can do it better, or if we did something that maybe wasn't the coolest parent thing to do, like how can we grow from that going forward? No one's perfect, I'm not perfect as a parent. Katie's not perfect as a parent. My parents weren't perfect as a parent. We're just trying to grow together and make tomorrow better.
Oh, Archie, I've missed you.
He's back.
Good. By popular demand, Archie's back. You were saying all this stuff about parenthood, how you learn as you go, and talking to Katie. And I just want to make this point that you're still someone's kid. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're your parents' kids, and you're under 30. I'm 54, and my dad's still around. We shoot pool and stuff. That the parents, they never stop loving their kids, and it's a strong thing, no matter how many years go by. So you got a lifetime of a lot of love.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see what the future brings, but I'm all right here in the present day too.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you embrace that? Look at this. You got something special.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's a riveting question that I've been wanting to ask you for about a month. What's life like with a minivan? How's the minivan life like?
Yeah. Well, it's, it kind of sucks, but I actually, I take that back. I kind of like the minivan life because I like being able to just load people. Like yesterday, we were like driving around town. We said, "Hey, Uncle Phil, get in the car. Get in. We're going to dinner." Tim, come get in. We're picking you up. And we loaded that sucker down.
Hard as they're doing the truck.
Yeah, but I did trade in my truck for a minivan, and.
Well, that kind of goes with what you were saying about you'll do anything for your kids, any sacrifice it takes. When you close your eyes, I see the pain. I see the pain, but that just means you're willing to sacrifice everything for your family. Well, that's really good. All right, here's a similar question. What's it like getting ready to go somewhere when you got Archie and it's just you? Can you just get him to go?
No, and you found that out today. We went out for breakfast, and I was nowhere near. We didn't even set a time.
Yeah,
I was just like, look, man, I'll get there when I get there. Just because I got him all changed up, all ready to go, everything, and then right before we walked out the door, you just hear, he just crapped himself, and then you just got to go in and do it all again, and we were same thing with like the other night. Katie and I, we take shifts. We do shift work we don't do shift work, but with a newborn, instead of both of us waking up every other hour, I'll try and stay up as late as I can with him. And then, I'll take my time in bed. I'll go to sleep, and from that point, she'll be up with him. So we like to do shift work, and actually, whenever I was on paternity leave, my shift was quite long.
Yeah.
So I would try and stay up till about 2 o'clock in the morning.
Mm.
And I just remember one of the last couple nights that we were doing that. 2 o'clock comes rolling around, and you feel like you just had an 8-hour shift, and you're like, all right, I'm ready to get to bed. I finally get to bed. I got him all in his PJs, his onesie, got him all cleaned up. He's been fed. The whole 9 yards. I pick him up, and he starts making this weird looking face, like he's just unsettled, and projectile vomits all over the living room floor and all over his clean outfit. And then that was right at 2 o'clock in the morning.
You can't pass it on like that.
And I can't be like, okay, Katie, here you go. So I had to completely change him up, clean up the living room, the whole 9 yards. And then he's hungry again because he just threw everything up. So it just, there's no telling with kids with newborns on, they don't understand time.
Oh, yeah.
They don't understand time. So you're on their time.
That's true. Now, how was the transition going back to work? Was your sleep schedule kind of messed up?
Katie's been a huge help because she's actually still on maternity leave. So she's been a huge help. I still try and do as much as I can stay up with him as late as I can, but obviously I'm not staying up till 2 anymore. But if it does get, if he's had a rough night or something, I still wake up in the middle of the night with him. Or if April wakes up, I still wake up with her and stuff. So, I got to deal with what I get. If that means one night you get 3 hours, then you get 3 hours.
Yeah, you don't get as many hours of sleep anymore. Now,
you learn to survive on what you can get.
When does Katie go back to work? Is that coming up?
So she goes back to work mid-September, I believe. So it is coming up.
Yes, it is.
And obviously that'll be a little bit of a different, and what we will have to adapt and adjust to whatever we can do. But eventually he's going to get to the point where he's sleeping more and more throughout the night, instead of having to wake up every hour or 2 hours. You're waking up every 4 hours. You know what I mean?
Which is a huge,
it's a huge
relief or whatever. It helps out with normalcy of some type of rest.
Right.
Not full rest, but better rest. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Feel like we're moving along pretty good in your life. Tell us a little bit about your career.
So, I am a building inspector for one of the local municipalities here in town, or in the adjoining neighborhoods.
Correct.
And it really all started whenever I took a chance around COVID time, when everybody was down and out of work. I took a little bit of time to evaluate what I really wanted to do. And I actually went to go get certified to be a home inspector through the state of Illinois. Plenty of coursework and studying and tests and the whole 9 yards. And it was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made, because I ended up starting a business with that, doing whole home inspections. And it didn't end up working out, but it ended up bringing me to the next step. And I wouldn't have half of what I have if it wasn't for that step. So I'm definitely grateful for that decision that I made. And Katie supported it 100%. So that was always helpful. But yeah, no, I inspect residential, commercial, anything that could possibly need built, or I do compliance checks, meaning, sometimes when things aren't going right at home, I go in and inspect stuff like that as well. But yeah, that's broadly what I do.
That's awesome. And I just think that's why when I say these interviews are for the young, inspiring, because you guys inspire me. And I have said it recently that a lot of people talk bad about younger generations and this, that, and the other, but I see a lot of hope in the generation because I see a lot of go-getters, at least in my circle. You know what I mean? So I'm impressed and proud with you. I am impressed. I look up to you. Proud of you. You do a good job, and you've have helped me in different things through support and other things that we don't have to get into or whatever. But you've been good to me, and it doesn't matter if you're half my age. You still have done things for me that people 3 times your age couldn't have done. So
Yeah.
I am very proud of you. So here's a double-pointed question. Tell me one thing that you do like about your current job, and then tell me one job that you weren't so fond of, and maybe one thing that made it not a job that you liked.
Okay. So one thing that I do like about my job is I love being in the real estate world. Like I love being able to go in and see all these new houses, and part of my job is actually like it's just I mean the majority of my job is literally ensuring that these buildings are safe for people to habitate or dwell in or so like building like I take a lot of pride in a few things in my job actually because like anytime that something new gets built in town, I'm the one right there step by step telling these people how to do it and what's missed or how to make the building more efficient. But another thing that it's kind of a double-edged sword on this one, but we do compliance checks and stuff like that, like I told you. And sometimes it's like hoarder housing and people that are struggling and stuff like that. Not very clean places. And a big thing that I take pride in my job is turning those houses. And I talk with a detective that I work with, and we joke about it because the houses that we go in, when we first go in there, you don't even want to step foot in the house. And whenever we're done with it, you want to go have a drink on the couch and sit down and that's just changing people's lives. So that's some of the things that I do like about it. On the other hand, there's I got flipped off 3 times last week. You know what I mean? Just for enforcing the code. You know what I mean?
Inspectors aren't always the favorite.
Yeah, there's some pros and cons to. I try and be as reasonable as I can.
Yeah, and I wasn't asking about things you don't like about your current job. I was because I know it's a very positive.
Yeah.
I was saying, is there a job from before that? Is there one job that you can kind of remember that was
that sucked?
Yeah,
like a different place I worked.
Yeah.
For
whatever reasons.
For whatever reasons, there's plenty of places that I worked. I mean, I used to be one of the best. I used to be a union painter in drywall. And there was plenty of places that I worked when I was like going through the hall for work that I was like, oh God, this sucks, But there was whenever I did that, I actually worked for the longest time that I was in that trade. I worked for a specific company that remodeled churches and stuff, and met some amazing people doing that. And you'd think on paper it's not super luxurious because I would leave Monday morning. Come back Friday night, you know what I mean?
Oh, were you doing it on the road?
I was working out of town. Sometimes we'd adjust it to where we don't have to stay out as long and stuff, but I was working on the road most of the time, and believe it or not, that was one of my favorite jobs.
Oh yeah,
well, and it's not. If it was anybody else that I worked with, it would be terrible. But the people that I worked with was where it really, set in. Now on a bad scale. It could be something as simple as, just a toxic work environment. I had a pretty toxic work environment whenever I worked at, I ended up working for, actually Planet Fitness. And it wasn't like, I didn't just work at a store. I worked for corporate where I worked maintenance for the corporate. So I had 7 or 8 stores that were just mine that I would go in, I'd fix the machines, anything with the building, I would work on and, evaluate and go from there. But, just toxic work environments, that was kind of a toxic place to be. And didn't end up pretty well, but that is what it is. You live and you learn. Everybody's got experiences like that, but
Let me ask you if you can relate to this by what you had just said. Now, I had to go on the road after being laid off from the mill, and I was fairly happy, enjoying my work or whatever. I can pretty much be happy wherever, but it's when you realize, oh, I'm supposed to be at home. That's where I'm supposed to be. Not that you didn't realize that, but I'm just saying that. It doesn't matter how much you like your job.
When I was on the road, it was honestly whenever I was kind of freshly out of school. So I didn't really have my family.
Right.
I was still with Katie and stuff, and she was understanding of that. But yeah, it was just it was a job that I had whenever I was younger, and I honestly, it was another one of those chapter of my story type positions where I wouldn't have had what I had, and if I did that or be where I was if I hadn't done that, and life goes on. This isn't the end of my chapter, probably either.
No.
So.
Let alone the book.
Right. This isn't the end of my book. I've still got plenty more chapters to go.
Yes.
But again, and we can talk about work all day, but main thing is just trying to find something that fits you personally. And whether that means going 9 to 5, working for someone else, doing something that you like, or there's some people that's not cut up for, and if you want to venture off and try and start your own business or want to do something non-traditional, that's okay too. There's people out there that are making $3 million a year going up and down the streets of New York selling watches. You know what I mean? Like you don't have traditional 9 to 5s. They're great, stable, not for everybody.
I've heard there's even like YouTube content creators.
You could on YouTube make millions of dollars.
I know, crazy. All right, so let's do a little flashback. In time. My family, correct?
Yeah.
Aunt Hata to you, Andrew and Nathan.
Yeah.
Skylar and Blackie.
Yeah.
Now, I want to talk about Nathan and you. Tell us the story how you met Nathan. Do you even remember the story?
Yes.
Okay.
So I met Nathan a long time ago. I actually met Nathan before I met Katie, before I met anybody else. Me and Nathan were friends. We went to a church camp together, and the very next weekend, I was staying the night at your guys' house. So it's just kind of ironic and funny that
how old were you at that time?
I think I was probably in middle school, maybe.
Okay. Now Lisa was
middle school or early high school.
No, I don't think it was that far. It had to be middle school.
It was probably middle school, I would say. And it was just fun. We became really, really close friends at that. And I stayed at your guys' house numerous times before I even met my current wife.
It is amazing the circle of friends that you guys have from this local area. Unbelievable. But now let me tell you a little bit about the story that you know of, but I'm just going to chatter about it. Nathan and Lisa's church weren't going to the camp this year. So Lisa was suggested by Eric Hoffman, Pastor E, is that how they used to say it? Suggested maybe get a hold of Hartford.
The Hartford
Assembly of God.
Which the youth pastor that we all went with to that church camp, he ended up marrying me and Katie. He was the one that was ordained to marry me and Katie. So yeah, it's small world,
Well, seems like there's a big plan going on that we are all part of, but we aren't cognitive and aware of that it's going on at all times. But it seems like it all fit in place, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, so Lisa called, and so Lisa calls your church and says, "Hey, my son would like to go to camp, but we're not going this year. Do you mind if he goes or whatever?" And that's telling a little bit about my son Nathan, is that he was comfortable enough to not know anybody and just still wanted to go. Still wanted to go.
That was the first time we ever met.
That's amazing.
And I ended up staying at your guys' house the next weekend.
I mean, let's just do some hypotheticals. I mean, could things be different today if Nathan wouldn't have went today? I mean, who knows? Who knows? I mean, everything's crazy, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now we're going to go up all the way to 100-point question. This is where it gets serious. Live, kids, and all that stuff. That's 50-point questions. Here's a 100-point question. What do you think about my wife?
Oh my!
Mm-hmm.
You are one lucky guy.
Oh boy, did she write this answer?
She's always been amazing to me and my family, and she's someone that she's at she comes over to visit us. We visit her. We visit you guys. I mean, very frequently. She is a big name in our house.
Mm. She's living her life vicariously through your kids. She really loves it. I mean, sometimes I worry about my wife because she's go. I mean,
well, and the good thing is, and they're both like this, but so is April. Her and April, once you get them together, it's like she just come in through the door. Hey, I'm taking your kid for a little bit, and gone. We're just like, go for it.
Yeah,
she's
but she loves kids. Lisa,
her and April are very, very close, and so are her and Katie.
Right? Oh yeah.
I mean, they're on a trip right now, but yeah, your whole family is shown me and my family nothing but love and support, and that's, I mean, like I said earlier, I could kind of dive back into it. Like, obviously, like, I married into this family, but I couldn't have married into a better family. I am so grateful every day that I've got Uncle Phil, and I've got Laura, and I've got Randy, I've got Tim and Tyler and Atta, Nathan, Joey, Andrew,
it doesn't stop.
Bailey, Demi, little Demi, just everybody.
I'm gonna check these cameras, make sure they're still going.
They've been off for 30 minutes. That would suck.
Looks like we're doing good.
Good.
I should check on them every now and then, but yeah, everything looks good. All right, let's not get too deep and serious, but if you can just scratch the surface, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
In 10 years, I see. For me, the sky is the limit kind of thing. So, I see a whole different life for myself in 5. I mean, not my whole family is just going to continue to grow and get better and better and better. But myself personally, I see a whole different life for myself in 5 years. I see a whole different life for myself in 10 years, 20 years. Hopefully in 10 years, I'm doing something that, hopefully in 10 years, I'm on a beach with my kids and living my life with my wife and going to soccer games from watching my kids and having the time to do that. Not behind the book 24/7.
Right.
And that's kind of the goal for me. This chapter of my life is just raising these guys.
That's so
good. In 10 years, seeing my beautiful daughter be even more beautiful, growing into a young woman, seeing what this little guy grows out to be. Maybe we'll have a dog by that point.
Yeah, that was my next question.
Maybe
Is
we'll have a
when's the
dog at that
dog
point.
coming? How,
Maybe we'll be able to sustain a dog at that point. We've got 2 cats, and one of them is the best cat you'd ever meet. He's Lewis. He's amazing. And we've got SJ, and she's just a nightmare. But
and what about the cat that's outside?
That's Smith. So we have Smith and Austin. Smith and Austin are outside cats. They're not our cats, but they're the neighbor's cats. And
really?
I guess they're kind of our cats. Like they're
because that white cat was knocking on the door.
Yeah, they're literally the neighbor's cats. But my wife they're her cats. They're pretty much her cats. So
in fact,
yeah. So, but yeah, in 10 years, I'm hoping that whatever I'm doing, I'm just happy,
Well, I'm sure you'll accomplish that. And we'll be doing our 10-year revisit if I'm still around.
Hopefully in 10 years, your YouTube has enough fan base and subscribers to where I'm working full-time on the cameras or making content and everything blows up and we can kind of all be supported on Uncle Phil's YouTube channel.
I don't do it often, but I've done it occasionally the last here and there. But for a long time, I never asked anybody to like or subscribe. And I'm not going to do it this video.
You should have wore your shirt.
Well, I did wear an Uncle Phil shirt today.
But right now, if you would, just pause the video, go like, subscribe, follow for more content with Uncle Phil, and back to the video.
Did you say make comments too? Because
even if it's bad comments, it all helps the algorithm.
Right, the bad comments. I mean, they will be deleted, but yeah, still.
Yeah.
All right, now this was a great time with you, and I'm gonna be closing up pretty soon. But here's a question I like to ask people in the series of the Under 30 Inspiration. What advice do you have for kids that aren't adults? So that could be any age group you pick, but I'm thinking before high school or maybe even in high school, junior high, grade school. What advice would you give the youth, the children?
Well, a couple different things.
Okay.
If you've got a healthy home life and your parents are willing to let you stay with them as long as you can, stay with them as long as you can. Don't feel like you're rushed out of the house if you're not rushed out of the house.
Right.
Because the second you leave the house, it's often harder to come back to the house. You know what I mean? You're on your own at that point, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
But aside from that, I would just say, you can definitely make a living. You can make your life what you want it to be without necessarily spending numerous years in, it's kind of controversial, but like numerous years in college. Don't feel like you have to jump straight from high school and go straight to college. Like you can make an amazing life. You can make way more money than you might think without a college degree. If there's something that you're dead set on, go to college. If it's something that you need a degree for, but it's just so crammed down young generation's throat that there's one way and this is the way, and it's not. It's not. There's plenty of ways out there to make your bread, right, a living, and
it's interesting that you said that, because I was talking to my friend Brian, the one that you see in the videos, me eating at the restaurants. I had asked him that question, and sure enough, he said the same thing.
Really?
Yes, he did. Exactly the same. Yeah, he had mentioned trades and this and that or whatever, but basically the same thing. Don't necessarily do that. I mean, if that's
if that's your thing, if you're if that's the only way that you if that's how you have going forward, go for it. But there's so many young kids that will tie themselves into so much debt and just go in for who knows, God knows that they're not going to even
maybe,
or they might not have, don't even know really what jobs this could lead to.
At 17 and a half years old, maybe they don't have the big picture of what they want in life.
I would just say, if you have the capability, do research, do invest, invest in stuff, do research. There's plenty of other ways to make a living.
Ask the first girl that you go out with to marry you.
Yeah. No. If you've got a high school sweetheart, lock her down.
Lock her down.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That wouldn't be good for me and Lisa, but
no, I'm just kidding. But no. And just be good to people. There's so many people that are just be good to people. Like, there's so many just weird comments that get said to people, and it's just like, everybody's going through their own struggles. Right. Everybody's going through their own day to day. It's senseless to butt heads, or if you need to go make up with someone, go make up with someone. If you have good friends, hold them tight, because some are just there for a season. Mm-hmm. Some are there for a reason.
That's true. And even some of the ones that you wish would never go, sometimes their season comes and goes even if you don't want it to, for whatever reasons. All right, well, we're going to call that the interview. Cody.
Thank you, Uncle Phil.
I love you, buddy. Proud of you. Oh. And that's the first time he's ever beat me.
Arm wrestled.
Yeah. But anyway, what an inspiration. And I just want to thank you for joining the Moments in Time with Uncle Phil show.
About time.
And it's about time. Well, I'm just actually working my way up to talking to Katie. But
yeah, you've got Katie, you've got April still to come. That one I'm looking forward to. April's going to be a good interview.
Oh, yeah, she's going to really talk it up. So for now,
like and subscribe.
No, Uncle Phil loves you, and Uncle Phil out. I take it back. Like and subscribe.